All right, guys, welcome back. Thank you for tuning in. I have great news. The car runs. It runs really, really well. There are some, a couple things that I'm a little bit worried about, but for the most part, no weird noises. The car is great. So thank you for everybody that helped. The local people, my friends, the strangers online that, gave me advice and, herded me in the right direction. I couldn't have done it without you guys. So thank you. So the problem we're dealing with today, so I've noticed that when you search, Driveshaft shop axles or anything for the FRS regarding Driveshaft shop axles, I think there's just one video, and it's mostly kind of detailing the problem with the axles. And from what I've heard, it's almost like a mixed bag. There are really good reviews and then some really not so good reviews. The video that's online for the BRZ 86 FRS chassis, I think it was from Speed Academy, and they were really having some issues with these axles. And well, there really isn't any other option. I ended up buying a set because I kept snapping the shafts, and about 2-3 weeks in, I have a torn boot. Now, for what Driveshaft shop is asking for these axles nowadays, you would think they would last a little bit longer, but in their warranty it does say that the boots are not a warranty item, they are a wear item. So I get it, they are protecting themselves, but I still think they should have lasted more than 2 weeks. The person on the phone didn't really want to hear about it. Just had to order up the boots. That's another weird issue. You can't order it online. You have to call them and ask them to get some replacement boots. I was told that they're updating their website, but we'll see where that goes. If it is really a wear item, I feel like it should be something that could be readily ordered with, with no hassle. So here is the inside of the DSS axles. For those of you that are interested in maybe picking up a pair, this is my experience with them. So I've already taken off this, this sits against the stub, and these are the bolts. I bought 2 new boots right away because I figured if one of them went bad, the second one is sure to follow. So those of you that know or that have looked at these, DSS has them on right now on their website for around $21.50 or something like that. So over $2,000 for these axles. FT Speed has them for $1,300 for 2. And then there are retailers that have them everywhere in between. I've seen $1,500 for one. I've seen $900 for one. So that's where these are at. Now, if you're looking to get yourself a pair, this is what replacing a boot entails. That's what it looks like on the inside. It's really, really beefy. I mean, it's a much stronger version of what's in the FRS from the factory. They all have these cages and those balls. I don't know what they would be called. But yeah, I've snapped enough of them to know what's inside. This is like a much more beefy version of what's in the FRS already. So let's start taking it apart. I don't have the right tool. I broke my C-clip plier while I was working on that transmission. So I will have to be a little bit of a hack doing this, so don't judge me. I'm gonna put you guys on a time lapse. All right, thanks for tuning in on my tutorial on how to completely destroy a C-clip. I'm gonna have to get a new one. Okay, that is not coming off. It's actually really, really cool. Look at that range of motion. I'm gonna make sure to wipe all that down. Alright, so here's the torn boot. Definitely not happy. Definitely super torn. What's interesting is it's completely dry on the inside. I don't know if you can see that or not, but I don't know. It didn't have one of these at the end, which kind of worried me. In fact, they only gave me one for the 2 boots that I ordered. Also kind of sucks. But I don't know. Those are the mysteries of DSS. We're not allowed to know them. Here is the brand new axle boot. By the way, if I'm doing something wrong, I probably am. I'm not a professional, so feel free to roast me as much as you want, but this is where we're at. Okay. Clean, clean, clean. Probably gonna have to stuff bearing grease into here, aren't I? Okay. I'm gonna clean all this. Probably, I don't know. Maybe you don't need to clean it. Maybe the old stuff makes the new stuff better. Probably not. Nice and clean. Okay. So, and we have the tub o' grease. Oh yeah. The forbidden, I don't even know what this would be. Something that's not for eating. Gross. Ugh, I know you guys heard that. Goes all in there. Hopefully while this heats up, it like melts and drops around and does its business. Because it just wants to go into those holes, into those little valleys. That's fun. You have to stretch it over. this all seems to be working just fine, except my hands are disgusting now. Okay. Okay. Да, уже не хочем?
Не хочем ножки, ножки не хочем. Папа, покажи листочек красный. Нет? Все это. Нельзя, там нельзя, ничего. Пошли еще потопаем. Идем еще увидим собачку. Ну, папина. Пошли собачку. Идем папу закроем. Идем папу закроем еще раз. Оставь это папина. Идем. Идем.
Sorry for my voice. It's been a minute since that the first part of this video. My camera just kept acting up and so many things happened. I didn't have time to either get a replacement camera or film the remainder of that video. So where we finished off, the axle is assembled. Make sure you buy a new C-clip. Thinking back on what happened there, I actually went back and put a new one in. Just peace of mind knowing that it's, it's an axle at the end of the day. If it falls apart, and it's a very expensive axle, if it falls apart, it's just not going to be a good time. So I would buy a new C-clip when you're assembling everything back together. And the other tip that I can give you, when you do assemble everything, Loctite, torque spec, maybe even some RTV on those mating surfaces. Because what happened when I put my axle back together, I did, torque it to spec, but I noticed a couple days after, and I drive the car pretty hard when it works. So it finally worked. It had solid axles, so kind of put the car through its paces, and I realized that I was getting drops of oilish fluid around the back. And sure enough, I got under the car. There was that grease that I packed into the axle. It was everywhere. So it was heating up and just leaking out, and I realized the bolts worked themselves loose a little bit too. So I took everything back apart again. I cleaned it. I put new grease in, and I made sure I kind of went overboard, but RTV, Loctite, torque spec, and it's been dry ever since. I guess put a couple 100 miles on the car. Really had some fun with it for the last month or so of summer that we have here in the Midwest, and it was great. I can't wait for next year. I'm really upset that I only got, I got so little time with it this year, but that's okay. Next year we're coming out stronger and better. We already have a lot of the things taken care of. So, thank you for watching. I hope this video helps you make the decision on whether you're gonna buy the DSS axles or, well, I guess that's the only option, right? But I guess help you decide on which level of the DSS axles that you want to buy. These are I think the middle of the road, because they have the 500 or 600 horsepower rated ones. These are the 800, and then they have either the 1000 or the 1200, where it comes with a thicker hub as well, which are basically the top of the line stuff. And I've been seeing a couple of all kinds of them up for sale used now. So maybe you'll get a better deal than what I got. But yeah, I hope this helps you make the decision. I would recommend to buy boots right away, because when they tear, you might be out of luck. Thank you. Bye.